Hi. I found something really interesting. I was reading about the birth of Samson, actually, and I hadn't quite remembered this part, but it's remarkable, and I think it's worth repeating and also bringing to the table, so to speak, for discussion, because to me it seems a little too obvious. And I'll read to you the chapter that I'm talking about, and then you'll probably notice right away, but I'll point out a few things that I thought were pretty obvious. All right, so chapter 13 of the book of Judges. Again, the Israelites did evil. Again, the Israelites did evil in the Lord's sight. So the Lord handed them over to the Philistines, who oppressed them for 40 years. In those days, a man named Manoah from the tribe of Dan lived in the town of Zorah. His wife was unable to become pregnant, and they had no children. The angel of the Lord appeared to Manoah's wife and said, "Even though you have been unable to have children, you will soon become pregnant and give birth to a son. So be careful. You must not drink wine or any other alcoholic drink, nor eat any forbidden food. You will become pregnant and give birth to a son, and his hair must never be cut, for he will be dedicated to God as a Nazirite. From birth, he will begin to rescue Israel from the Philistines." The woman ran and told her husband, "A man of God appeared to me. He looked like one of God's angels, terrifying to see. I didn't ask where he was from, and he didn't tell me his name, but he told me, 'You will become pregnant and give birth to a son. You must not drink wine or any other alcoholic drink, nor eat any forbidden food, for your son will be dedicated to God as a Nazirite from the moment of his birth until the day of his death.'" Then Manoah prayed to the Lord, saying, "Lord, please let the man of God come back to us again and give us more instructions about this son who is to be born." God answered Manoah's prayer, and the angel of God appeared once again to his wife as she was sitting in the field. But her husband Manoah was not with her. So she quickly ran and told her husband, "The man who appeared to me the other day is here again." Manoah ran back with his wife and asked, "Are you the man who spoke to my wife the other day?" "Yes," he replied, "I am." So Manoah asked him, "When your words come true, what kind of rules should govern the boy's life and work?" The angel of the Lord replied, "Be sure to, what does it say? Be sure your wife follows the instructions I gave her. She must not eat grapes or raisins, drink wine or any alcoholic drink, or eat any forbidden food." Then Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, "Please stay here until we can prepare a young goat for you to eat." The angel of the Lord replied, "I will stay, but I will not eat anything." However, you may prepare a burnt offering Manoah didn't realize it was the angel of the Lord. Then Manoah asked the angel, "What is your name? For when all this comes true, we want to honor you." "Why do you ask my name?" the angel of the Lord replied. "It is too wonderful for you to understand." Then Manoah took a young goat and a grain offering and offered it on a rock as a sacrifice to the Lord. And as Manoah and his wife watched, the Lord did an amazing thing. As the flames from the altar shot up toward the sky, the angel of the Lord ascended in the fire. When Manoah and his wife saw this, they fell with their faces to the ground. The angel did not appear again to Manoah and his wife. Manoah finally realized it was the angel of the Lord. And he said to his wife, "We will certainly die, for we have seen God." But his wife said, "If the Lord were going to kill us, he wouldn't have accepted our burnt offering." And grain offering. He wouldn't have appeared to us and told us this wonderful thing and done these miracles. When her son was born, she named him Samson, and the Lord blessed him as he grew up. And the Spirit of the Lord began to stir him while he lived in Manane Dan. Manane Dan? Yeah. Manane Dan, which is located between the towns of Zorah and Eshtaol. All right, so the most interesting part, in my opinion, is when the angel is talking about the forbidden food. It doesn't necessarily document what type of food that is, except for grapes. And I'm pretty confident that whoever wrote for Solomon, I'm pretty sure that this is part of the King Solomon stories. Whoever wrote this for Solomon maybe had some kind of a bias, or who knows. Honestly, I'm not sure entirely what the story could have been. But it seems like there are some very specific aspects that are missing. And the angel definitely made an impression. It seems like the angel had wanted a burnt offering, which doesn't necessarily have to be an animal sacrifice, from what I understand. It could be an aromatic, specifically herbs and spices that are extremely aromatic. So they brought a goat and grain, and the angel made a very strong impression by literally going up the fire away from them fast. is what it definitely seems like. So, I don't know. I'm almost entirely convinced that they were not supposed to be eating whatever meat is their desire, or, I don't know. It's confusing. Like, really, like, to me, it seems just so obvious, but maybe it's still a little too. I don't know. Maybe we'll see pretty soon. Also, not only that, but every once in a while, I hear audibly the actual voice of Jesus himself, and he's like so upset. He's like, how can they not understand? He literally says, "Thou shalt not kill." And to me, I'm sitting right here and I'm hearing this, and I'm like, he literally means we're not supposed to kill animals in that sentence, in that statement, in that commandment also. So it's just too obvious. It really is. So there you go. There's all that information for you. Peace be with y'all.